This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good morning, 6 o'clock now. I'm Ray Collins. Jacqueline is off today. You'll notice a change in the weather as you step outside. A little bit of a breeze. In fact, John, a wind in the air out there.
Yeah, windy start to the day, and that wind has brought down some drier air as well. Our dew points are much lower. It feels so nice outside right now. We do have a little bit of cloud cover. The cloud cover, though, not producing any rainfall. It's really not a productive rain. You look down to the south, and you're really not seeing too much in the way of any kind of heavy rain, but there are some scattered showers over on the Atlantic coast, but none of that impacting us whatsoever. We have a little cloud cover that'll give way to sunshine, and that's the worst of it. As far as any kind of rain over the weekend, that doesn't look like it'll be a problem either. You can see the clouds already beginning to erode from north to south across the region, and about half the viewing area already in partly cloudy skies. Day planner shows a daytime high today topping out cooler than yesterday, coming in the mid-70s, and I think that we'll probably have some great weather right straight through the next 7 days, although some minor changes. We'll talk about that coming up in a few. Back to you.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, John. Let's check the roads right now. A little bit of a slowdown heading into downtown Bradenton. Also the usual delays on State Road 70 close to 301. Not a surprise there. Farther south in the maps, let's check Sarasota County, and we'll see not too much to report. A little slowdown there in 301 around 17th. Nothing too bad to report right now. And let's check the South County map. Yeah, a little bit of a slowdown there, actually, on 41 in the northbound direction around Center Road and also Jacaranda and Plantation Country Club. That's it for now, though. Topping our news this morning, frustration in Sarasota County over an illegal immigrant with a violent criminal record. Our Adam Cellini has the story.
Is it going to take us to work a homicide or a rape with him to get him the heck out of Sarasota County?
For Sheriff Tom Knight, one undocumented criminal has become a logistics nightmare. On January 6, Carlos Echeverria Pena was arrested after a road rage incident in Northport where he punched through a driver's window and was shot from the other side. He later gave deputies a fake ID and social security card.
The taxpayers pay to put him in the hospital, to get him fixed up. We try to get him deported, and we can't get him deported.
This house in Rotunda West, just south of Inglewood, was listed as Echeverria Pena's residence, where neighbors say several people come and go, though nobody can recall seeing him.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised, because this is really a quiet neighborhood, so you never hear too much, and then when we seen it on the news, I said, uh-oh.
Executive orders have broadened the scope for which law enforcement can detain undocumented immigrants, but once they're in custody, Knight says there's no instruction.
When is something going to happen, and when is something going to change so that we at local law enforcement don't have to worry about doing the federal government's job, and that they can give us some clear standards and clear ideas about what they want us to do to collaborate with ICE and Homeland Security to keep this community safe.
He's calling on Congress to create a process through reform so residents like Jerry Marsh can rest easy.
I think if they commit a crime or if they do something wrong, they should be accountable for it.
Adam Cellini, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Meantime, the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office has a victims assistance unit that had high honors yesterday. Colleagues surprised the team with a random act of barbecue luncheon. That unit provides support, information, and resources to victims of crime and trauma. The unit is made up of 4 members, 2 of whom are recently deployed to Orlando to assist victims and their families after the Pulse nightclub shooting. And a ceremony is set for today for Sarasota Police to honor some of their own as well. The department will recognize the Officer of the Year, Supervisor of the Year, and Civilian of the Year. They'll also present life-saving medals, the Chiefs Award, and Distinguished Service Medals, among other honors. It starts at 2:30, and this is indeed open to the public. There's concern around a Manatee County High School about what is in the soil and water around the campus. Our Kate Flexter has this story.
I just knew that it wasn't right. That's not just a mere chance.
In 1999, Cheryl Joza lost her 38-year-old sister to a rare form of leukemia, something she thought was just an anomaly until she began to hear of other stories like it. Everyone affected with one thing in common. They all attended Bayshore High School in the 1970s, 80s, and 90s.
Every time you asked somebody, you heard of somebody else that was sick.
That's when Joza organized this Facebook group for those affected, which reports more than 80 alumni deaths, 120 that are currently battling cancer or are cancer survivors, and about 90 autoimmune diseases. All numbers Joza believes are significant.
It's absolutely devastating to watch alumni lose their family members.
They believe diesel fuel tanks buried on school property may be responsible for contamination of the groundwater and soil. In response, the Manatee County School District provided us with several tests spanning nearly 20 years that show otherwise, adding, quote, all of the documentation the district has indicates that there have not been any adverse findings in any of the testing done at the site. On Thursday, Joza and others came before the county commission, who will look into the issue further by compiling a full report on testing in the area, something she calls a small victory.
The fact that they acknowledge us and that they're going to call for a report, I'm happy with that. That's a start.
But she says a start is all it is. In a decades-long battle, she intends to fight to the end.
It started out for justice for my sister, but it's getting justice for everybody.
Kate Flexter, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
A warning for boaters this month by the State Wildlife Commission. All month long, officers will conduct boat inspections and look out for boaters who are possibly under the influence. Some of the ways you can stay safe include wearing a life jacket, a navigation plan, and let someone on land know about your plan. And also stay alert while on the water, and also possibly take a boating safety class if you have the time. Improvements are on the way to the popular 10th Street boat ramp next to the Van Wezel. Crews will replace the aging docks with new pressure-treated lumber. They're also dredging the boat basin to help improve the bay, as well as make it easier to navigate for boaters.
It's so needed from the boaters' perspective because it had deteriorated from storms and from so much use. If you pan out and look around, you can see just how many boats are actively being launched all day long.
It is a busy place. Both projects should be completed by mid-May. The boat ramp and basin will remain open while the work is being done, except for just 2 days and nights in May when crews will actually resurface the parking lot. New this morning, a new development plan for Lakewood Ranch could help improve research in the medical field. The Manatee County Commission is giving initial approval to CORE at Lakewood Ranch, which stands for Collaboration Opportunities for Research and Exploration. It'll be a biomedical research park. As part of the development, new industrial, manufacturing, and research facilities will be built within a 300-acre property near State Road 70 and Lakewood Ranch Boulevard. The proposal now heads to the Florida Department of Economic Opportunity for its approval. The mayor of Venice wants to make some big changes to downtown. Mayor John Hollick has been in D.C. all week, meeting with the U.S. Postal Service to see if it would be willing to move out of its current building in downtown Venice, that one right there. Back in the 1920s, a boutique hotel, which you saw earlier in this story, was built where the post office now stands. The mayor wants to knock down the current post office and build a replica hotel. But some on city council say not so fast.
One question is, we may have to deliver a fully functioning alternative facility in another location. The second question is, where would that location be?
Well, the mayor will update the city council on the plans and also his meeting in D.C. during the upcoming city council meetings. Just love to walk up and down Main Street in Venice. I'll be down there this weekend. There's a nice tennis charity at the Plantation Country Club involving some recently retired pros, some big names. And there's a fundraiser for a food bank at Plantation. This is tomorrow at 4 o'clock. I'll be the master of ceremonies. I love taking part. 5th annual. I love tennis.
Oh, you're a great tennis player.
Love tennis and I love talking, so it's a great mix to be up,
That'll be fun.
up in the chair. Yeah.
Great weather for it, too.
Not too windy?
Nah, well, it'll be a little bit windy, but,
Yeah?
you know, hopefully that won't be a big issue.
All right.
Yeah. Everybody will be there supporting the food bank anyway, right?
That's right. That's for good reason.
Good stuff. We have, across our region, some beautiful weather this weekend. We'll talk about that in a second.
And still ahead on your morning news, UPS coming through with a very special delivery. You're not going to want to miss this heartwarming story coming up next.
Now's the perfect time to create a custom system with California Closets. During our Door and Drawer event, save up to $500 on beautiful doors and drawers for any room. Contact us today for your free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you weeknights at 5.
The official salon of ABC 7. Loose salon.
During the past 10 years, Tidewell Hospice volunteers have provided more than 1 million hours of service. They sit with patients, giving caregivers a break. They work in offices. They take their furry friends on pet therapy visits. They even clown around. Every task performed by a volunteer makes a difference in the lives of our patients and their families. Join Tidewell's volunteer team. They're truly 1 in a million. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee counties since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
She's excited for you, and you want to be stunning for the big day. Treat yourself to a natural, youthful look and let your true beauty shine through. Dr. John Feza brings experience, artistry, and advanced technologies to help take years off your appearance. Enjoy all the years of bliss ahead with confidence. Call today to schedule a private consultation for a facelift, eyelid lift, firmer jawline, or laser resurfacing. Faces by Feza, only at Center for Sight.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill, I'm creating a job. I am Goodwill, yeah.
Come into a California Closet showroom to experience our quality materials and construction and collaborate with our designers to create the perfect custom solution for any room. Go to CaliforniaClosets.com to request a free design consultation and locate the showroom nearest to you.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC 7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Well, the most noticeable thing you will find as you walk out the door this morning is going to be the dew point, the lower dew point, and the fact that the air just feels so much more comfortable. It's not a sticky feel to the air. There's certainly no threat of fog because the air is so much drier. And consequently, when you drive to work this morning, you won't find that dew on your windshield. And the air is just going to feel fantastic right straight through the weekend, it looks like. Dew point value now is at 47. Now, just yesterday at this time, we were looking at dew point values in the mid-60s. So a pretty significant drop due to the fact that our winds have shifted. They're out of the northeast now, coming in brisk, and they will be brisk throughout the afternoon. A little bit of cloud cover still resides across the Suncoast, but that is beginning to erode away from north to south across the region. 62 degrees the air temperature. We'll have lots of sunshine as we head into the afternoon today, no doubt about that. 62 Wauchula, 63 Arcadia, Mayaca at 62, 61 in Parrish, Bradenton at 62, Longboat at 63, so is Venice, Inglewood at 64, as is Northport. Taking a look at the satellite view, you can see that little bit of cloud cover that still kind of lingers over north central Florida. The reason for that is that our frontal boundary located down to the south is kind of creating a lifting mechanism, sort of an elevator for the air, so that as the warm, moist air lifts up from the north, it kind of rises gently and cools, condenses, and produces this cloud cover that we see across the region. High pressure building in from the north is beginning to mix away some of that cloud cover, and as we head into the next several days, I think it's going to be pretty much wall-to-wall sunshine. You look at the water vapor imagery, and this tan color, that's the dry air. The dry air has moved in. We've got a long flow of that dry air coming in from Mexico, and there's no way that we're going to see any rainfall straight through the weekend. Titan radar right now, clear as a whistle across most of north central Florida. Over in the Atlantic, down to the south, where the front is closest, we do have a few scattered showers down there. But they're not a big deal, certainly do not impact us in any way, shape, or form. Most of the nation this morning is very quiet. If you're traveling, should not be an issue most anywhere you go except the Pacific Northwest. High pressure, the dominant weather feature for us. The frontal boundary itself continues to be pushed southward as that high builds in. Now, the high will migrate eventually over the weekend closer to the eastern seaboard, and as that happens, you'll probably notice a decrease in wind speeds by about Sunday. But tomorrow's going to be breezy. Today, certainly breezy. Small craft advisories, lake wind advisories, all up for the region. Windy, dry, sunny weekend. Those are the weather highlights. You take a look at the RPM computer model. You see the clouds kind of dispersing, and we're left with a lot of sunshine. Wind shift out of the northeast may bring a few scattered showers to the other coast, but I don't think we'll see anything around here. Temperatures across the nation getting a little cool in the north. That's where we're seeing temperatures in the single digits this morning. That due to that frontal boundary and the high pressure ridge sinking down from Canada. Going to be kind of wet as we head into the next several days on the west coast of the country. We'll look for temperatures that'll be in the mid 70s to upper 70s with nighttime lows in the 50s. Sunshine, low humidity. Doesn't get any better than that, Ray.
Chamber of Commerce weather. Thank you, John. Let's check the roads now as you wake up on this Friday morning. Busy into downtown Bradenton, often the case right now this time of day. Also northbound 301 building north of State Road 70. Farther south now into Sarasota County, we'll see a little bit of a buildup on Fruitville. Actually, I should say Bee Ridge Road has something going on there heading toward the interstate. Of course, big construction projects going on there right now, so that's often the case on Bee Ridge Road this time of year. Farther south into the South County area down there in Nokomis and Venice and Englewood. So far, so good as you wake up at 6:17 on this Friday morning. On to consumer news now. This morning, Ford is recalling 36,000 cars due to faulty airbags. The recall affects the 2016 and 17 Ford Edge, Lincoln MKX, and Lincoln Continental. The company says the airbags may not inflate properly. Ford is not aware of any injuries due to the defect. Dealers will replace affected airbags for free. We're learning more about the internet outage that took down several websites for hours earlier this week. Amazon Web Services says it was all caused by wait for it, a typo. The company says a command meant to remove a small number of servers was entered incorrectly, causing a huge number of servers to be removed. The company then had to restart the entire server. The company is now making changes to make sure incorrect commands won't trigger any more outages in the future. This might be my favorite story of the morning. A touching story about some UPS workers who found out about a colleague who'd been walking to work 10 miles in each direction. Let's hear what they did now from David Muir.
It all played out in Oxford, Alabama at this UPS loading dock. All of the colleagues were gathered, one of them leading the way, waving over to 19-year-old Derek Taylor, telling him to come on over, that there was a special delivery for him.
Come around here and talk to me for a second.
Derek has worked here for a year and a half, $12 an hour, his paychecks in large part going towards medical care for his ailing mother. It's hard to hear on the video, but the message is straight from the heart.
This is a hard-working young man. It makes me emotional.
Makes them emotional because Derek has led by example. His day starts at 4 a.m., and he walks about 10 miles each way to get there. But that is about to change.
You got some good people here. Everybody come together, and that's something for you.
Pointing over to Derek's new car, a Jeep Cherokee. His co-worker is buying the used car for him. Derek wiping the tears away with his sleeve.
Thank you, everybody.
Go and look at it.
Derek is grateful.
This is really, really gonna change a lot for me. So Thank you again.
Afterward, Derek posting this picture with his girlfriend, writing, "I'm more than thankful and appreciative for what my coworkers have done for me. They are all a blessing, and I'll never be able to thank them enough. I'll never forget it."
Amazing story, walking 10 miles in each direction at work at 4 a.m. and they surprise him with a nice new vehicle. Love those stories. Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, the owner of the Indianapolis Colts is teaming up with a former player, this time off the field, in an effort to help police figure out what happened to two teenage girls who were killed while on a hike. What they're doing next.
There's a whole new way to bank with Achieva Checking Plus. You get new features like full ID theft protection, and that's good to know. Discover all the benefits at achievacu.com. Achieva, banking for good. Achieva Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
I need that stuff for squeaky hinges. I think it's called 10W40.
Ace is the place with the stuff for squeaking hinges. That's called WD-40, not 10W40, which is motor oil that we also sell.
Right.
Don't miss the March red hot buys on Roundup Weed and Grass Killer and Spectracide Fire Ant Killer. 6 convenient Sarasota locations and now open in Bradenton, Northport, and soon Osprey.
Florida's last private island is a waterfront lifestyle like no other. This is Harbor Isle, just 5 minutes from the sugar sand beaches of Anna Maria Island. This sun-splashed paradise invites you to enjoy natural adventures and all the recreation of a tropical resort. Island coach homes and waterfront condos are now available from the high 400s, plus incredible savings on move-in ready homes. Come tour 6 designer models. This is the time of your life. Make it island time at Harbor Isle. Go to mintofla.com now.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
I'm calling in regards about my mother, and I'm here, and I just want to thank you because it saved my mother's life yesterday. And I'd like to know the names of the people that came in and saved her so I could call and thank them. And she's doing fine. It's a wonderful thing. Thank you.
When you fall and cannot get up, an accident can turn into a tragedy. But with Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast. Life Alert saves a person from a catastrophe every 10 minutes.
Life Alert is a lifesaver. If it weren't for Life Alert, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-962-4112. That's 1-800-962-4112. Call now, 1-800-962-4112. For a free brochure, call 1-800-962-4112.
There's a whole new way to bank with Achieva Checking Plus. You get new features like cell phone protection for 3 phones, plus an interest-bearing account. And that's good to know. Discover all the benefits at achievacu.com. Achieva, banking for good. Achieva Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
A pretty shot of the Ringling Causeway off in the distance there between the Ritz-Carlton and the Broadway Promenade building at 10th and 41. There's the Ringling Causeway. I did a little digging during the commercial break for you. It opened in 2003. Many of you know that already. It cost $60 million and is 60 feet high there in the middle. It's actually the third bridge that's connected Sarasota to St. Armand's. The first was built by John Ringling back in 1925. He did a lot for this area. And the second bridge was built in 1959. And then back in 03, they upgraded it, took away the drawbridge feature, and it's quite an iconic feature of our area, the John Ringling Causeway. A quiz will follow. 6:24 right now. A former football player is doubling the reward in a tragic case in Indiana involving the murder of 2 teenage girls. Alex Perez has the story.
In this morning's GMA First Look, the hunt for the killer of 13-year-old Abby Williams and 14-year-old Liberty German intensifying. 100 officers from 25 separate law enforcement agencies, including the FBI, combing through more than 10,000 tips, desperately seeking any clues that will help find the murder suspect seen in this photo and heard in this recording. Now, even celebrities jumping in, trying to help find the killer. Former Indianapolis Colts punter Pat McAfee and Colts owner Jim Irsay begging the public for help, donating $97,000 to the massive search, increasing the reward to over $200,000. This morning, the girl's cause of death still not being released. And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll get the latest on the case live from the state police. With your GMA First Look, I'm Alex Perez, ABC News, Delphi, Indiana.
Can't see it, can't taste it, but there's so much more to it. Here's how Benefiber works.
Inside us are trillions of good microflora that support digestive health. The prebiotic fiber in Benefiber nourishes them.
And what helps them helps you.
Clear, taste-free Benefiber.
I love Triscuit. Start simply with 3 ingredients. This is a twist on a classic, crunchy PB and blackberry jam. The lemon zest is really great. I'm Megan Gibson, owner of PB and Jams.
Allergies with nasal congestion? Find fast relief behind the counter with Claritin D. Strut past that aisle for the allergy relief that starts working in as little as 30 minutes and contains the best oral decongestant. Live Claritin Clear with Claritin D.
When did mixing food with not food become food? Thankfully, at Panera, 100% of our food is 100% clean. No artificial preservatives, sweeteners, flavors, or colors. Panera, food as it should be.
Now's the perfect time to create a custom system with California Closets. During our Door and Drawer event, save up to $500 on beautiful doors and drawers for any room. Contact us today for your free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at CaliforniaClosets.com.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.
How hard is it to stop a stroke? It is challenging, it is difficult, and every second counts. A comprehensive stroke center gives the patient a better chance to walk out with minimal to no disability. We are able to offer treatments above and beyond the standard 3 hours after the onset of a stroke. A place like Sarasota Memorial Hospital really increases those chances of giving back a better quality of life.
Join us for Sarasota Opera's 2017 Winter Festival, opening February 11th. Featuring Puccini's most famous opera, Madame Butterfly, Rossini's delightful comedy, The Italian Girl in Algiers, Poulenc's heartbreaking Dialogues of the Carmelites, and the medieval thriller, The Love of Three Kings by Italo Montemezzi. Tickets are on sale now. Call 941-328-1300 or visit sarasotaopera.org.
For years, I told everyone my Craftmatic adjustable bed was the greatest until I got the new Craftmatic Legacy. It has an adjustable pillow feature that's awesome. You're gonna want one too when you see how little they cost.
If you've ever had a bad night's sleep, call and price the new Craftmatic Legacy. It has so much more than other adjustables and still costs up to 50% less, featuring a rising adjustable pillow rest, bedside power plugs, under-bed night lights, and more. Available in all mattress types with optional heat and soothing massage for as much as half the price of Tempur-Pedic, Sleep Number, and other adjustables. Enjoy temporary relief of low back pain, nighttime heartburn, mild arthritis. Adjust the rising pillow feature to help align your head, neck, and shoulders. See for yourself with our 30-day in-home trial. So call and price one today for less, up to 50% less.
You get so much more and it still costs less. You gotta see how little they cost.
Call 1-800-237-0214. That's 1-800-237-0214. Call 1-800-237-0214. Call now.
Whether a family member needs a little extra help around the house, assistance recovering from a hospital stay, or someone to check in on them throughout the week, Right at Home's in-home care is the answer. Your loved one deserves the right care, and now we need caregivers to help give the right care for the right reasons, the right way. At Right at Home, we're one of the only private home health agencies in this area with the opportunity to earn paid time off. If you're someone who loves helping people, take a look at our website and click on Jobs to join our team today.
Come into a California Closet showroom to experience our quality materials and construction and collaborate with our designers to create the perfect custom solution for any room. Go to CaliforniaClosets.com to request a free design consultation and locate the showroom nearest to you.
Coming up on Good Morning Suncoast, Attorney General Jeff Sessions offers a compromise, but some critics say he needs to step down. Plus, another controversy over the use of a private email account, this time involving the Vice President. And Florida making the grade. We'll tell you how the state ranks among the nation for higher education. You might be surprised.
Live from the ABC 7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Here's a nice shot of the Osprey Cam. A little windy up there. You can see that right away. Some debris blowing around. You can always watch the Osprey Cam 24/7 on mysuncoast.com. Lots of interest in that Osprey Cam. Good morning. Glad you're with us. I'm Ray Collins. Jack LaMatter under the weather this morning. Let's get more on the weekend weather now from John Scalzi. And windy out there right now, John.
Yeah, you saw that on the Osprey Cam, right? Yeah, it sure is. We'll probably see these wind speeds up for the rest of today and probably a lot of tomorrow as well. Probably won't start to come down until about Saturday night, Sunday. So for boaters particularly, it's kind of a drag, especially since the weather is so beautiful today. Low relative humidity, plenty of sunshine, no rain in the forecast. A few scattered showers over on the Atlantic coast, off the coast of Miami, but not for us. In fact, our cloud cover beginning to disperse. We'll start to see sunshine wall to wall as we head into the afternoon, and very pleasant temperatures in the mid-70s with low humidity. Doesn't get any better, Ray.
Perfect. I'll take it. Thank you, John. You might not take the traffic right now on 14th Street West northbound around Cortez. You'll see already quite a buildup there. It's always a busy spot, but already at 631 busy there right now. Let's head farther south now. You'll see a bit of a slowdown at Bee Ridge near 41. That has since cleared up actually. Otherwise, 41 southbound, not too far from Clark is an issue. As we look at one more map, you'll see a buildup also. Speaking of Clark Road, State Road 72, a couple of buildups heading in towards Sarasota. Not sure what's going on there. And a bit of a slowdown on 41 North in Venice. Otherwise, all clear as you wake up on this Friday morning. The story about the Attorney General's relationship with Russia during last year's campaign tops the news this half hour. Jeff Sessions says he won't take part in investigations involving Russia, but some Democrats say he needs to step down. ABC's Maggie Rulli has the story.
The country's top law enforcer now off the case.
I have recused myself.
Attorney General Jeff Sessions is stepping back from any investigation into Russian interference in the election. The move comes after the Justice Department confirmed that Sessions met with the Russian ambassador twice during the campaign. But Sessions says he did nothing wrong.
Recusal is not an admission of any wrongdoing.
Telling Fox News his meetings were a perfectly reasonable thing to do as senator. But the big issue for many lawmakers, the fact that Sessions did not disclose these meetings when questioned under oath by Congress in January.
I did not have communications with the Russians, and I'm unable to comment on it.
For Democrats on Capitol Hill, that's enough to warrant his resignation.
The Attorney General, the top cop in our country, lied under oath to the American people, is grounds for him to resign.
But even members of his own party say at the very least, Sessions can no longer work the case.
I do think he's going to need to recuse himself at this point.
President Trump says Sessions could have responded more accurately at his confirmation hearings, but says he fully supports his Attorney General.
Mr. President, do you still have confidence in the Attorney General, sir?
Total.
The president continues on to say that he had no idea about the meetings and calls the accusations against Sessions a political witch hunt. Maggie Rulli, ABC News, Washington.
Meantime, Vice President Mike Pence being accused of using a private email account to conduct public business while governor of Indiana. He reportedly communicated via his personal AOL account with top advisors on topics ranging from security gates at the governor's mansion to the state's response to terror attacks across the globe. But Pence's office says that he is using his account legally.
The Vice President's office sent us a statement saying that Pence didn't break any law. They've also said that any comparison to Clinton is absurd.
Former Clinton campaign staffers are calling the issue a hypocrisy since they say Pence was using the same practice as Hillary Clinton. New this morning, a prison lockdown in Nebraska ends with the death of 2 inmates. It happened at the state prison in Tecumseh yesterday after about 40 inmates refused to return to their cells. Several altercations and fires happened next. The jail has not yet said how the inmates were killed. Other inmates were hurt but with non-life-threatening injuries. After hundreds of threats toward Jewish centers across the country, Governor Rick Scott responding now in part saying the state of Florida is a great friend of Israel and we have absolutely zero tolerance for these hateful and anti-Semitic acts. We will continue to do all we can to help our Jewish communities and families. This is in response to the U.S. Department of Homeland Security's plans to heighten outreach and support to Jewish community centers after these threats here and also nationwide. Reports of drugs being stolen from Veterans Affairs facilities has one Suncoast congressman taking action. Vern Buchanan wrote a letter to Secretary of VA Affairs, David Shulkin. The Bradenton Herald reports that the Sarasota Republican is calling for him to investigate the issue and give him information on how VA facilities here in Florida were affected. This latest government report shows more than 1,100 VA centers reported drug thefts and losses, and from that number, less than 3% were investigated or disciplined. Florida may soon flip the burden on the controversial Stand Your Ground law. A state lawmaker wants even more protection for those who feel they must respond in self-defense. Under this new bill, the burden of proof would shift to prosecutors to prove a defendant wasn't acting in self-defense. Florida has been seen as a leader in giving citizens immunity in cases of self-defense. 22 states have similar laws that say people can use deadly force to defend themselves. New this morning, the state Supreme Court is rejecting claims that laws banning openly carrying handguns are unconstitutional. The Supreme Court made the decision 4-2 yesterday. It comes after some argued the law restricts federally protected rights to bear arms. Florida hasn't allowed guns in public for decades, although the legislature is considering bills this year that would grant that right. Similar bills failed last year. Meantime, protesters lined the Bayfront yesterday over proposed changes in gun laws in Florida. Organizers are opposed to open carry and a plan to allow guns in schools. They're against plans by a local state senator who they feel has some bad ideas.
We are opposed to anything that would make it easier for people who are, for whatever reason, unstable, angry, holding a grudge, to go in and kill a bunch of people with a gun.
The protest is partially in response to State Senator Greg Stubbe's proposed bills that would start allowing open carry in places like airports, college campuses, and government meetings, an effort he says would help keep the community safer. A coalition of nonprofit groups are asking state lawmakers to reject Governor Scott's proposal to divert money from housing programs. They are calling for lawmakers to allocate trust funds from state and local housing to go toward affordable housing programs. They're requesting about $238 million. In Governor Scott's proposed budget, he recommends shifting about 2/3 of the money out of a trust fund earmarked for low-income housing. That trust fund receives a portion of money produced by real estate documentation stamp taxes.
These funds help Floridians of modest means find rental and homeownership opportunities. Those could be in the form of affordable housing, affordable apartments, down payment assistance to purchase a home, or even money to repair a home.
Last year, state lawmakers kept $200 million for housing programs after Governor Scott requested $237 million be moved out of the Affordable Housing Trust Fund. The next session begins Tuesday in Tallahassee. Well, here's some good news. A new report from U.S. News & World Report shows that Florida is #1 for higher education. The ranking is based on Florida's low tuition rates and high graduation rates. The state university system chancellor says the rankings were an inspiration to push for a better and stronger system. SeaWorld Orlando getting a fresh start for spring. Next month, they'll open a new dolphin show. Guests will get to witness the individual personalities of the Atlantic bottlenose dolphins and learn more about their daily habits and what is necessary to keep them safe in their natural habitat. Dolphin Days opens on April 1st, and the new show replaces Blue Horizons, which is ending an 11-year run at the Dolphin Theater. They're sort of shifting their emphasis from the whales, which caused some controversy, toward a dolphin exhibit there in Orlando.
Yeah, they lost a lot of people when that Blackfish movie came out.
Yeah, that was very polarizing.
The controversy. Yes, it was.
Yeah.
We have some beautiful weather if you want to get out and about and enjoy your weekend. Why, I think there should be no weather worries whatsoever, except a little bit of wind, which will be of a problem, I guess, to mariners. We'll talk about the forecast in just a second.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
There's a whole new way to bank at Achieva Credit Union with Achieva Checking Plus. Get new unique features like full ID theft protection and online shopping rewards. Plus, it's an interest-bearing account, so you have a little extra for what really matters. Achieva Checking Plus isn't just an account for your money, it's for your life, including cell phone insurance. And that's good to know. Discover the plus at achievacu.com. Achieva, banking for good. Achieva Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota Flooring.
And for a limited time, Minnesota Flooring is offering you unbelievable pricing on tile and laminate. Porcelain tile only $1.59. Ceramic tile 99 cents. And 16 by 16 tile $1.19. Laminate flooring is only 99 cents. But these prices won't last. Don't miss out on these great deals. Hurry into Minnesota Flooring today.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
I got some really great ribeyes, but my old grill died.
We got a lot of grills here. I show Clay a 3-burner with stainless steel grates. We'll even set it up and deliver it for him.
Ace is the place where you'll feel like you're in grill heaven. Only you won't run into your old grill. That would be awkward.
I'm gonna need more ribeyes.
Don't miss the March Red Hot Buys on Roundup Weed and Grass Killer and Spectracide Fire Ant Killer. 6 convenient Sarasota locations and now open in Bradenton, Northport, and soon Osprey.
I heard about the Detoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Detoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
So the weather outside is a lot more pleasant, I think, than it was 24 hours ago because the humidity is much, much lower thanks to a much lower dew point, less moisture in the air. We have a 47-degree dew point right now, and just 24 hours ago we were in the 60s. And the reason for that is the frontal boundary that came through during the overnight. North-northeast wind now at about 9. Yeah, we still have a little bit of cloud cover out there, but that cloud cover is starting to erode away, and we'll be left with a lot of sunshine as we head through the afternoon, I think. 62 degrees, the current air temperature will probably drop down another maybe 2 degrees before we start to warm again. So tonight will probably be a cooler night, I think, as the air continues to cool throughout the day under that northeast wind. 62 Wauchula, 62 Arcadia, 62 Myakka, 59 degrees in Parrish. We got 150 on the board. 60 degrees in Bradenton, 62 Longboat Key, Sarasota, Venice, Inglewood at 63, so is Northport and Punta Gorda at 63. The little bit of cloud cover that we have around is kind of the residual leftover of the front that sank southward and is now pushing across the state of Florida and will exit out into the Florida Straits. Little bit of high, thin clouds to the north of us, really not an issue in terms of producing any weather. The air too dry for that. We'll look at this kind of tan contour that you see here, this tan colorization. Dry air in the atmosphere, and it really comes from a long distance out in the Gulf waters. And so as it moves across the state, it ensures us a pretty sunny day today. I think we're not going to see much in the way of any problems. And in fact, as we head into the evening hours, hopefully we'll retain just a little bit of the cloud cover, because that will make for a beautiful sunset. With all that dry air back to the west, should be a beautiful, beautiful sunset tonight. As far as the weather across the nation goes, if you're traveling, there's really no issues. We're looking at clear conditions in the northeast, the Midwest, back to the Pacific Northwest. There is another low pressure area moving onshore there, and over the next several days, wet weather will return to the western seaboard of the United States, but high pressure ensures most of the country enjoys pretty quiet conditions. Now, it will draw down some drier air, and we will get some patches of lake effect snows and maybe a few scattered snow showers in the mid-Atlantic today, but nothing really heavy, nothing that's going to bring air traffic to a halt, that's for sure. High pressure, the dominant weather feature for us, gradually drifts out into the Atlantic, and our wind shift to a more easterly direction. Beautiful conditions right through the weekend. We'll look for daytime highs that top out in the 70s, nighttime lows in the 50s, and low relative humidity right straight through, well, at least the next 4 or 5 days anyway. Back to you, Ray.
All right, thank you, John. Let's check the roads as you wake up now on this Friday morning. A little bit of a slowdown on 14th Street West as you head north just after the Cortez area. Otherwise, pretty clean right now in Manatee County. Heading farther south into Sarasota County, a little bit of a slowdown on Fruitville Road at the Cattleman area as you head toward the interstate. And let's check the South County map. Looks so far so good as you wake up at 6:46 on this Friday morning. New this morning, a study that links junk food to breast cancer. Researchers at UCLA are finding that foods like sugary soda, white bread, and pasta could be linked to an increased risk of breast cancer for young women. They found that those who ate unhealthy during their teen and adult years were 40% more likely to experience breast cancer before they reached menopause than those who ate healthier. Getting breast cancer before menopause is very rare, they say, but doctors say establishing a healthy lifestyle early on can, of course, decrease your risk. Entertainment news now. Garfield the cat is causing quite a controversy online. The Washington Post reports that Wikipedia has had to lock the changes on the cat's webpage after volunteer editors battled over whether Garfield is male or female. It comes after the Garfield creator, Jim Davis, said the cat is not really either. Well, he's now clearing up that one. He says he likes animals because they're not perceived as being either gender, race, age, ethnicity, allowing for the humor to be enjoyed by a broader demographic. But for the record, if you are wondering, though, Garfield is male and even has a girlfriend. Elvis fans have more reason to head toward Graceland, a $45 million entertainment complex that focuses on the life and career of Elvis Presley is now open in Memphis. It's right across the street from Graceland. There's a huge exhibit, a showcase of cars he owned, a sound stage he used, 2 restaurants and shops. The complex replaces older buildings that have housed his exhibits for years. The center is part of a $140 million Graceland expansion.
Where's your ship? Your crew? Your pants? Jack.
The latest trailer is out for Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales. It's the final adventure in the popular pirate franchise. Johnny Depp returns as Captain Jack Sparrow. It sets sail in theaters on May 26th. And sign up for this master class. Steve Martin joins the education website for an online comedy seminar. Students get more than 25 video lessons and everything from finding material for refining your acts. Classes begin this spring. Of course, Steve Martin and Martin Short both filled the Van Wezel a few weeks ago. All that were there had a really nice time seeing those two comedy legends. We've got local news headlines and much more after this. Stay with us.
These are our heroes. They have sacrificed so much to serve our country. And now Granny Nannies is truly honored to serve them. We're here and we're ready to help. Call us today.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, restaurant guide, and more. Go to mysuncoast.com/dining.
I'm calling in regards about my mother, and I'm here, and I just want to thank you because it saved my mother's life yesterday. And I'd like to know the names of the people that came in and saved her. It's a wonderful thing. Thank you.
With Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-962-4112. That's 1-800-962-4112. Call now, 1-800-962-4112.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help. With Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sunny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Are you considering joint replacement or revision surgery? Consider this. Dr. Edward Stolarski has performed thousands of successful joint replacement procedures and trained surgeons from all over the world. Using advanced technologies, Dr. Stolarski is able to perform some of the most complex surgeries.
I wish I knew about Dr. Stolarski much sooner. After the surgery, I don't have any pain. It's like I've got a 16-year-old hip.
My name's Ed Stolarski. What I really do is I give people back their life.
Schedule a consultation today.
You can do something about a crime, any crime, and you can receive a reward of up to $3,000 cash. Call Crime Stoppers with information about criminal activity, unsolved crimes, drug dealers, fugitive criminals, stolen property, illegal weapons. Call 366-TIPS. You will remain anonymous. Visit SarasotaCrimeStoppers.com. Download the Crime Stoppers P3 mobile app from the Apple iTunes Store or Google Play. Call Crime Stoppers 366-TIPS. Paid for by the Attorney General's Office Crime Stoppers Trust Fund.
At Granny Nannies, we provide your loved ones with the care they deserve. Compassionate and experienced help right where you need it most. At home. Visit us at GrannyNannies.com.
A helping hand and a gentle heart.
All right, the top local headlines this morning. The Sarasota County Sheriff's Office is looking for help from federal authorities over the policies on illegal immigrants who commit crimes. This comes after an undocumented or illegal immigrant with a violent history was arrested for the second time in weeks in Sarasota County. Alumni of Bayshore High School in Manatee County are making their voices heard over concerns about a high number of former students developing forms of cancer. They want to know if tainted water near the campus could be to blame. The county commission will now get involved. And Sarasota Police honor some of their own today. The annual awards ceremony open to the public today at 2:30 p.m. at police headquarters. You are encouraged to attend. Let's check the roads now as you wake up on this Friday morning. We've got a buildup right now in Manatee County around State Road 70, just west of 301. Farther south in Sarasota County, nothing much to report right now. So far, so good. In fact, light it seems. And in South County, smooth sail, 654. On this, John, quite a windy morning, real change in the forecast.
Yeah, it sure is. It'll be windy throughout the day today. Small craft advisory as well as lake wind advisory up for our area. We have a daytime high today that'll top out a little bit cooler than it was 24 hours ago, coming in the upper 70s. But the big change, like Ray was mentioning, was that northeast wind driving down drier, more comfortable air. That'll be true right straight through the weekend with nighttime lows in the 50s. Daytime highs will be in the 70s.
All right, very nice. We had a lot of fun yesterday. We were both out there at the Orioles game.
Yeah.
And it was
ABC 7 Day.
That's right.
Ed Smith. It was fantastic.
Perfect day for it.
Ah, the weather was Absolutely beautiful.
And the singing was too. In fact, you might recognize who sang the national anthem. Look at this.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early
Stephanie Roberts sang beautifully like a bird and didn't forget any lyrics, which I would do promptly. I'd be nervous out there. Orioles took on the Twins. The teams played 11 innings to a tie, but fans enjoyed the experience nonetheless.
It's great. It's a great time of year. It's beautiful. What a great location here. It's sure beats 30 degrees up back home, right?
I love the weather. That's why I'm here, and I love baseball. What else can I say?
And Adam Cellini threw out the opening pitch, former ball player. Let's see how he did. There's the windup, there's a delivery, and a strike. Good for him. We wanted to get a bat and be at the plate, though, and take a swing. But,
I couldn't hit against him. Guy's got some heat.
He does. Let's show you the games today. The menu: Orioles at the Pirates at 1:05 in Bradenton. Tigers at the Rays, same time in Charlotte County. And one more picture from ABC 7 Day yesterday. Jacqueline and I had a chance to pose before the game on the field, thanks to Norm Schimmel, who got us out there and took a photograph, and we had a nice time. Apparently, she didn't feel well later on. I hope the picture wasn't related to that reason.
But it was a great day, a great event. And you've got an event coming up as well this weekend.
That's right. This weekend, a benefit for All Faiths Food Bank. The Plantation Country Club having a big tennis event. Some former pro players, Johan Creek, Michael Pernfors, Luke Jensen. An event for All Faiths Food Bank at Plantation. I got a chance to be in the umpire chair and have a great time.
Should be some exciting tennis then.
Yep, tomorrow at 4 o'clock at Plantation. Have a great weekend, folks. Our next update comes your way at 7:25.